Okay, I can't even. Now I need to like just laugh a second because that was so heavy. I'm sure you recognize these pizzas and the chef in between. These individuals were on a TV show called Boy Meets World, and I guess worked with Brian Peck. Brian Peck was a dialogue coach, and these two guys here wrote letters also defending Brian Peck.
Come closer to her.
And the sad part about how they went about this is they created and filmed, recorded a podcast episode basically talking about how they met Brian Peck, things that they're regretful for, him grooming them, and made it kind of seem as if this was just another episode of their podcast. When really, again, behind the scenes, they got told that their letters were leaking. And instead of calling Drake Bell, which by the way, Will, which one is Will? I think that's Will. Will, who's Will? Is that Ryder or that Will? I don't even know. They're one of the
Ryder and Will, yeah.
Will. Okay,
That's
so Will. I don't even know which one is which right now. So Will. Will, what was I going to say? What was I saying?
He was in the sentencing.
No, not just that. Oh, defending
Wrote a
himself.
letter.
He felt bad about Brian.
He felt bad about, no, he didn't feel bad about Brian. He
Rudy's
felt
life.
bad about how people are going to view what he did for Brian.
Yeah.
And he basically stated that, made it kind of seem almost as if he was a child when he wrote that letter. But we ended up finding out that they were 27 and 24 years old when they wrote those letters. And that's not to say
These
that
guys can
adults
probably
can't
like get out of
groomed,
the sun, right?
I'm actually not negating that.
Yeah,
But the ways in which that they went about taking accountability for their actions were disgraceful. Because first of all, timely, like the time of it, finding out it's going to leak, taking advantage of getting control of the narrative, and not just that, but also not apologizing to Drake Bell. And Will worked with Drake Bell on The Ultimate Spider-Man for like 40-something episodes, and Drake Bell had no idea that Will wrote a letter defending his predator. And again, Will, just like Rich and just like Beth, you hung around Drake and never apologized and knew what you did? That's very deeply upsetting. And what I'm tired about when it comes to Hollywood is how everyone's doing things as like a PR move. What the public thinks of you. What about the people that are the closest to you? People that you worked with? People that actually know you? What do they think of you? Have you said sorry to them? Have you taken the time in the same way as you did to write a fucking letter defending a PDF file? Did you take that same time to write a letter to Drake Bell apologizing with no excuses? Just admitting how you were wrong in the scenario? No, you didn't. You did the typical child star move. I get it. I have empathy in the sense of us being groomed into that type of behavior. But as adults now, it explains behavior, but it does not excuse it. It wasn't the right move. And not once in that podcast did you apologize to Drake Bell for writing those letters. And also, Ryder, I heard a lie in the podcast. I think someone actually caught it from me. You said that Brian Peck called you. That's not what you said in your letter. You said you called Brian Peck. So which one is it? Did you call Brian Peck to defend him, or did Brian Peck call you? I don't know really what to believe anymore, to be quite honest with you. And I really hope that you do the right thing and send a letter to Drake Bell, handwritten, apologizing to him and making no excuses. And that's it. That's all you can do.